Hello everyone, this is Abhignya from CSCE. Now I'm going to give a presentation on the topic concurrency, threads, synchronized method and synchronized blocks. Now let us start with the concurrency. So what is concurrency? Concurrency is nothing but it is the ability to execute or to run the programs parallelly at a time. So in Java, thread supports concurrency. So before going into the concept, let us discuss about multitasking. Multitasking is basically of two types. One is process based and thread based. Process based is like imagine in your laptop there were many songs and there were many photos or you and you want to work. You are working on some PowerPoint at a time. You can execute only one song from many of that songs. Suppose let's say you have 10 songs in your system. You can play one song at a time, and you can also perform that. You can also make presentation at a time. So this is called so-called process based. Now coming to thread based is like multi-threading. Means in your program you can suppose in your program well, it will execute in 20 minutes, let's say. Now if we divide it into threads, suppose if you in your program it has two threads, then it can take 5 minutes because you have divided into two parts, and each thread executes in 5 minutes simultaneously, so time will be reduced here. That is what multi-threading. Multi-threading is nothing but implementing multiple threads. Implementing multiple threads at a time without depending on the other threads. That is called multi-threading. So let us discuss about what are threads. Thread is nothing but it's a predefined class, and it does not depend on the other threads to implement it. So there were two for creating threads there were two processes, like by extending the thread class, and the other one is by implementing the interface. So let us try to execute the threads program first. So this is a program which includes the inheritance concept in the threads. So first of all, what we are trying to do, we are trying to create our own thread, user defined thread here. So what happened is the execution starts from the main. So a extends thread means it's a inherited class. It inherits the thread class which is already predefined in the java.lang package. So now what we are trying to do over here is we are trying to create an object for this class A. Now an object is created, that is T. Now this T dot start is a method. We are calling the method start, which 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 means that we are implementing that thread. And you may get a doubt that how it will implement our run method, which is defined in our class A. So what happened is when by this method, thread starts implementing, and it also invokes the method called run. Now let us try to execute this program. Let us save it, and now let us try to execute it. So it is successfully compiled. Now let us run it. As you can see, it is printing main and child. So let us see the program once. So what happening over here is like this is a main thread. This is also main thread, but this is our user defined thread. Here we have two threads. One is main thread and one is the thread which we have created just now. So first this main is executing, we cannot predict, it can be any order. We cannot predict the output over here. Now let us discuss about now let us discuss about runnable interface. Now here the same way what we are doing over here is that all are same which we have discussed till now. So what is happening over here is this is an we are using here inherited interface concept, which means uh, we cannot use the object. So what we are doing here is we are creating another object for the thread class, and we are taking this our object as a reference which we have created for which we have created for a, and now we are trying to implement that thread using t dot start method. Let us run this and check this. Let us save this first, and now let us compile it. Java c m dot java java m. Yes. Now, what is happening over here is the same which we have discussed, but we have implemented it using interface concept, right? As I have said before, we cannot predict the output while we are implementing this multi-thread concept. So, actually, what is the use of this multi-threading concept is like, suppose, imagine a bank system. You want to go to a bank. So in bank, you may credit, you may debit the money, or you can do whatever, some operations on the bank. So many tasks should be performed at once. So that is where this multi-threading concept comes into the picture. This is one of the real world example we can say for for using the multi-threading concept. We can analyze it, right? Now, let us discuss about synchronization. What actually synchronization means, and synchronization methods and synchronization blocks. So, now let us discuss it. So, synchronization. Why this concept have come into picture in Java? Before previously, I have just said that a bank example taking like using multi-threading concept, we can perform tasks like depositing. We can credit the money into it. Like that, we can perform several tasks at a time with different persons. But here is a case when there is only 1500, there is only 500 in the account, in the bank, let's say, in the bank, let's say. So 500 in the bank. You want to, by using the same multi-threading concept, you want to get that money. You will go and you will take that 500, and the another person will go take that 500, and another person, like let's say some Sita, will go and get it 500. So now what is the total amount according to multi-threading concept? By using the three-person have access the 500 rupees money. So actually it is 1500, but actually the money which is in the bank was only 500. So here there is a mismatch of the result. So to avoid this problem, due to multi-threading concept, synchronization have come into the picture. Synchronization is used to control the access to the shared resources among multiple threads. It means that its synchronization helps to uh, avoid problems due to multi-threading. So let me try to execute. Let me explain you with a program, right? Here is a program of method level synchronization. Here what we will do is we will just use a synchronized keyword before our method, before our return type. So what is this program means about? Here first we have created a thread using interface runnable, using interface concept, right? So we are implementing a thread using implements concept, that is interface, and this is a our thread which is predefined class. Now what I have done is here a constructor, copy constructor is called, sorry, it is a table. So what happened is here I have created one reference first, and then this is passed over this parameter, and this dot t, as all you know, this refers to the current instance of a class. And now this t dot print 5, it refers to printing the table of 5. So you will understand this by using by understanding the main method first. This also the same like thread one. This implementation is also. Now let us try to analyze the code. So now what happening here is, as I have said before, whenever we use the interface concept, we will not directly call the method in the object with using object. We have to create a reference to the object, then we have to call. That is when only when interface concept and abstract methods have been used. So here what happened is, have created a reference first to the threads first, and passed this object as a reference to this class. So a constructor have been, whenever the code is executed, first what happens is an object is created for the class, for this class. Now this object is passed as a reference. Now this constructors have been called. Our t value is assigned. Now whenever t dot start is executed, this run method is called. And then t dot print 7. It gonna print the 7 table, and this gonna print a 5 table. Now let us try to execute this code. So Java C ms.java. There were too many errors. Yeah, now it's perfect. So what I have done before is like I have done a mistake that I have implemented thread. We should not implement the thread first method. We should extend the thread. So or we should implement runnable. There are two ways to create a thread. So I have just done the mistake. So when it comes to, so now let's come to the execution. So what happening here, by using the synchronized keyword, what is happening here is like your first, this is called, this method is we have created for thread 1. Now thread 1 is started first. So what happens is thread 1 run will be called first. So what happens, it will goes here and it will print the table of 5. It is in sequential matter. See how sequential this is. And then after 7 table is printed. The meaning over here is what is happening. What is happening in the what is happening here? Here, what is happening is, one by one thread is executing. Not all threads are executing at a time. Only one after the other thread is wait. Like for example, we have passed first T1 thread. So this is getting executed first. After that, T2 is executing. Both are not executing simultaneously. For example, let us remove this synchronized word. before the method. Let us save this and now let us compile it. JavaScript. Now let us run this. See what it is. It is not getting executed. It is not getting the as much as we are not getting the result. Both are executing simultaneously. So this is not be a perfect form. So that is how we will use this method. So now let us know about the another method using block method. Now let us try to understand about block level synchronization. So now let us understand this by a code. So previously what we have done is we have applied synchronization for the whole method. If we apply, let's say in our previous code, we have applied synchronized keyword for the whole method. Then it is applicable for the whole method. Let's say, suppose we have hundreds of lines over here. This is a small code, it's okay. But there are 100 lines of code. Then the whole method gets synchronized where there is no need of synchronization. So in order to save the time and all, we have introduced a concept called, in Java, there is a concept called block level synchronization. So what we are doing is we are just synchronizing only a small part of the code. Instead of doing the whole method, we have just doing the small part of the code, right? Yes. Now, let us understand this by a code. Now, what happened here is all are similar, just like what we have done before. So we have extended thread, which is predefined class, and we have declared this. We have created a reference for this class message, and then we have declared another string name, and we have declared the constructor. We have declared the constructor passing message and name as a parameter. Now we have assigned them same. Now our execution starts with the main method. So what happens is we have created reference to this. We have created a reference to this message, which is M. And now we have just now we have created a thread T, which is a user-defined thread. And now we are creating an object for it, T1, and we are calling the constructor M and Abhigna. So I have given it. So it will comes to here, and these values are assigned to this variables. So now whenever T dot start is executed, what happens is this run method, run method is invoked here. Run method is a predefined method which can be called by using T dot start. Now here the cursor come here. So after that, what it will happen is like m dot show. Here we have created a reference for the class message, and this show method is called passing the parameter as this string. So it will goes here, and this code of line will be printed out in our console. This is how it works. When executed, this is our output. This is about. So this is about synchronized blocks, synchronized methods, and all. So I hope you have understood. We have at least made a glance on this topic. We have at least got some overview on this topic. So thank you. I hope you understood this my presentation. Thank you.